Okay, perfect. I'll pass host right back.
All right.
Okay, let me check Facebook to make sure we're good there as well.
Okay.
All right, we're good. Have a great
All
class.
right.
I'll be here.
Thank you. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you.
Good morning, Donna.
Hi, good
This
morning.
is Verna.
Hi,
Good
Verna.
morning.
How are you?
Nice to see everyone on this Saturday.
Yes.
Certain level of dedication here. All right.
There we go.
Give people a few more seconds to come in. Still coming in here. How's the weather? Anyone having, hopefully no one has those tornadoes, those awful tornadoes that have gone through.
No,
Not yet.
Oops.
That's good.
New York,
Right.
it's nice and sunny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and it's
I heard it was
getting,
in the 70s yesterday or something.
yeah,
really nice.
it's around 60 today. We're getting there.
Mhm.
That's a nice time of the year, right before it starts getting stifling hot. You know, the humidity.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I'll take the coolish weather over the warm, over the heat any day.
Yep, I agree with you on that one. Oh, I see we got a little Northern Lights here from Margaret.
Oh, pretty. Good morning.
Good morning.
Beautiful.
Good morning. That's good. All right. Well, why don't we get started on the class here today? Want to welcome everyone to Get Set Up. Thanks for coming in today. Today, we're going to talk about music apps that we can listen to on our phones. Get a little caught up on what's going on in the music world here. I'll open up my presentation here so you can see it better. My name is Donna. I'm your guide today. I was in the IT industry for over 30 years. I enjoy helping people get over their fear of technology. And we are Get Set Up. We're seniors teaching seniors about technology. We have social hours, all types of programming. This session is being recorded, and you can request a recording by emailing help@getsetup.io. And I guess for some people are on a live stream today, welcome. Come register, come join us, and get to meet some of the community here. And we're not paid to promote any of the products. We're going to be talking about a lot of different music apps, and there's no, we don't get paid for any of that. It's just for training. So today we're going to talk about the different type of music app choices that are out there that you could listen to with your music. The difference between the free subscriptions and the paid, and then also how to sign up for some of these that you're interested in maybe having. So my first question is, what type of music apps are people listening to right now on their phones? Is anyone?
No.
No Spotify, nothing?
No.
All right. A pretty new group. That's good. That's what the class is for. All right. So
iTunes.
the first thing to talk about, of course, is when you are looking for any of these apps, it's best if you have an Android phone, you're going to look at the Google Play Store. If you are on an iPhone, you're going to look at the Apple App Store for these apps. Typically, when you're looking at any Play Store, you're going to look for a high number of downloads in an app. You don't want that app that's only had 2 downloads. You know, that might be a little sketchy. And of course, good reviews. People, if they don't like the app, they are not shy. You know how people are with reviews. They will definitely tell you all about it. And of course, if you ever find another app on the web with a link to click on, it's probably best to just make note of the app's logo. Every app, like this is the Play Store. It's got this little logo here with the blue pyramid. The App Store, they've got this little, little icon here. They have some way to identify themselves, so you can always make note of that and then look them up in your appropriate Play Store, just to be safe, because you know how it is on the internet. I'm going to bring up my phone real quick just to show you, for instance, if I'm in Play Store, this is an Android phone. This is what it looks like, where you can search, and same thing on the App Store for Apple. You have a search bar. You can search for apps that you're interested in. And any app, when you open it up, it's going to tell you, I'm going to open up here. This has 1 million+ downloads. That's good. That's been well tested. 4.4 reviews. That's out of 5. You can always come down and take a look at the reviews, what people say. And then if you like it, you just click the install button. It takes a little over probably a minute for an app to install on our phones. But that is they do highly, they scan all the apps that are on the Play Store and the Apple App Store. They scan them all the time. They really try to make sure that it's safe to use for your phones. And this is another example here too, where you just search for the app you're looking for, or you'll have down below games, apps, movies, TV, books. They'll have little categories you can go into too, where if you just don't know what you want, you're just looking. You can just look around, and then if you find something, you just hit the install button. Anyone have any questions about that? All right. So let's talk about how we listen to music, right? It's changed. Our generation, we bought everything. We bought the 75, the 45, 78, the 45, the regular LP albums, right? The cassettes, the 8-tracks, CDs, MP3s. We bought a lot of different music. About over 20 years ago. Napster. Does anybody remember Napster? Anyone remember that? Yeah, I see a couple heads going. Okay. Yeah, you were downloading music for free. Everyone loved that. Of course, it wasn't good for the musicians. They were getting their music just ripped off. And then iTunes came along. iTunes started doing contracts with the musicians and making sure that they got paid. And we started buying MP3 files for download for 99 cents. An album was $9.99, which I believe it is still today in iTunes. They still have those same pricing. And then it changed a little bit more. Now we're streaming. Kind of like Netflix. How many people do Netflix? Yeah. Well, you don't go to the store and rent the DVDs anymore to watch the movies, right? You just go to Netflix, click on the button, and you stream it through the internet. You stream it to whatever device you're going to watch the movie. You don't own it or anything like that. All you're doing is paying a subscription to Netflix. So it's kind of like renting. Well, that's how we're listening to music now. That music has done that streaming approach now. Any questions about that people might have? So you're going to be, now all these music apps we talk about, with the exception of a couple of them, have a free version where you can enjoy their music. You're just going to have ads. Every 4 or 5 songs, you'll have an ad. You will have a thing called limited skips, meaning they'll allow you to skip music every, like if you hit a song you don't like, if you start playing a playlist and you hit a song you don't like, you can just skip to the next song. So they'll let you do like 4 to 6 an hour, depending on the music app of those. And of course, to get unlimited skips, to listen to music without ads, then you're going to have to pay the $10 a month, which is about average for a lot of these apps. Miriam, what's the 78? Yes, these all work on tablets. That's funny. They all work on tablets, your phones, and some of them have a web player that you could play on your laptop if you. Some people have some nice speakers or something that they use with their laptop, that you could do that too. All righty. So when we talk about these music apps, they're all stream, but I have them in a couple categories. The big streaming services, are Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, Pandora. Those are the major ones that people listen to. And then there's the one that they're streaming also, but they're mixed. The other ones, Apple, all those, they pretty much just do music and podcasts. Do people know what podcasts are? They're just these little radio shows. Famous people, comedians, TV shows have podcasts. So they'll all do podcasts. But these mixed guys, they do a lot more. They do music, podcasts, radio, news, sports. I mean, they can do all types of different things. So when you're looking at these, you want to think about, maybe do you listen to a lot of music? If you listen to a lot of music, then some of these big ones are probably a good way to go. But if you do enjoy radio and, other types of things, you might want to think about some of these others. And you still can buy MP3 files. iTunes still sells you, I think it's still 99 cents a song and $10 an album. Amazon, same thing. You can get MP3 files off Amazon. If you buy an actual CD on Amazon, they usually include the digital version of it with your purchase. So those are kind of what the picture is for the music apps. Question?
Coming.
Do a little mute here. Okay, so let's start with the big one, Spotify. You probably have heard of Spotify a lot. You've probably heard people mention Spotify. They're probably, they're the biggest following, probably the most popular out of all the ones that everyone goes to is Spotify. They let you stream music for free with ads. You can use a desktop or the web app for Spotify. Their premium tier is $10 a month for individuals, $15 for up to 6 family members. And that will give you ad-free, on-demand access, meaning when they say on-demand access, when we look at, let's talk a little bit about the music here. When you look at, like for instance, here's Spotify. I brought Spotify up on my laptop. All of these apps, when we look at them, like let's say we're looking at R&B. We're going to come in here and there's going to have all these playlists that have to do with R&B. There's country playlists, rock, all types of styles of music that you can pick. When you look at it, these are all playlists. This is what all of them do. So some of them will let you play an individual song. So for instance, if I just open up the Women of R&B, if I hit play, it's going to play all these songs. Now, I didn't create this list. There might be some songs on here I don't like. And that's where the skipping comes in, where you're going to have to skip. So it's all playlists. When they say on-demand playing, that means that I can open up any playlist. This is what Spotify lets you do. And there's a play button. For instance, Aretha Franklin, Respect. I can click on this and I can play that. I can play a song within the playlist, which not all of them let you do. That's what that on-demand means. So it's really, all of these apps, as we're starting to look at these apps, you'll notice it's all playlists. You'll see lots of playlists. And it can be fun listening to the playlist. Just every now and then you do hit a song you don't like, you're just going to have to skip it. All right, questions, anyone? So let's take a look at also Spotify. And you can create playlists, your own playlist. I have a whole class on creating your own playlist in Spotify. We show you what it looks like. And we do it also in some of the other apps. Some of them let you do it for free. And
what is that class called?
Creating playlists. I think that's the name of it.
Oh,
and
okay.
we talk about that because the fact that all these playlists on these apps, are created by someone else. And sometimes you just want to listen to your own selection. And that's where it's important to know how to create one. So
Are
this
you
way
going to
you
go
can,
over that at all today or not?
no, that's in the other class. You can sign up for that one when we talk about actually creating them.
Okay.
All right.
And I know you could do that, let's say on Amazon Prime, and you can do it on Spotify?
Yes, Spotify. And one cool thing I do like about Spotify, when you first open it up for the day, it seems, it has you run an ad. In fact, I'm going to show you what the app looks like. It's this green dot with these little curvy lines. It says Spotify. You click on it. And let me see if it runs an ad. No, it didn't run an ad. What it does sometimes, it'll run this ad. It'll say, if you listen to this 30-second ad, we'll give you 30 minutes ad free, which is kind of nice. It's just enough to go to your walk or something. So you will get that from Spotify. So this is what the app looks like over here. You can see they make playlists for you. Once you listen to these apps, they usually adapt to your style, what you like to listen to, and they will bring up suggestions. And then they have things like moods. You'll see, for instance, here's music from the decades. When you're looking at these apps, all of these different rows, they're more like rows, you can take your finger and slide to the left. So you can actually select everything and see it. That's the way you move about these apps. They'll have different apps. They have the sounds of the 70s. They have something about WandaVision. Moods. They have a great day, mood buster. Feeling myself. My life is a movie. You and me. So just different mood type playlists. Road trip songs. Here we are, songs to sing in the shower. There'll be all little different things like this. And then they have podcasts. They do have podcasts here. So this is what it looks like, the app. Again, this is Spotify. All right. Let's talk about Amazon. Amazon has two types of music programs. They have Amazon Music Unlimited, and then they have Prime Music. Is anyone a Prime member on Amazon? Yeah. So Prime Music, you get that with your Prime membership. It's a catalog of 2 million songs. So you get that with Prime. Then there's Amazon Music Unlimited. That's their music service. It's a catalog of 60 million songs, just like Spotify. Spotify is 60 million songs. It's $8 a month for Prime members, and it's $10 per month for non-Prime members. Has a larger catalog, like Prime Music only has about 2 million songs. And then Amazon Music Unlimited has 60 million. If you have an Echo in your house or a Fire TV stick device in your house, you can get the Amazon Music Unlimited for $4 a month. So that's a little savings. I know people that have that and they love it. They just ask Alexa to play any type of music and she plays it. And both of these services, since they are paid, the Amazon Music Unlimited, they do give you a trial. I believe it's about 3 months. So they'll have deals where it's a 3-month trial, which is pretty good. But both of these are ad-free, on demand, meaning you can play individual songs from the playlist. You can play the songs. And then you'll have, as many skips as you want. And with Prime Music, you can download both of them. You can download the songs and listen to them offline. That's another thing you will see with the paid services. Same thing with Spotify is offline. And offline is where they download it to your phone. Like, let's say you're going to be traveling in an area where it's going to be spotty as far as your Wi-Fi or your mobile data connection with your phone. You can offline the music to your phone. so that you will be able to listen to it. Now, the minute you stop paying your $10 a month or whatever you do, that music's gone. It's never in your real actual possession. So just be aware of that. Some people think, oh, I've downloaded, I get to keep it. No, it's not the way it works. So they will disable that music that's been offlined onto your phone. But offlining is usually a feature that doesn't come with the free versions of apps. It's usually part of a paid version. So if you are a Prime member already, definitely take a look at Prime Music. Let me take a quick look-see over here. I'm going to pull up Amazon. Click on your left all menu button, and you can see Amazon Music. Go to the Amazon Music section. Here's Amazon Music Unlimited, and there's Prime Music. You will go and download the app. There is a music app for Amazon. Let me go back to my folder. It looks like this. It says Amazon Music. You can click on it. And you can see the different playlists they have, the podcasts. The podcasts are called stations. You'll have, you can pick your genre. Here's the podcast. If I click on the podcast, you can see all the podcasts that they have. And again, all of these rows slide to the left. You just take your finger and slide them over. It's the same template. They all use the same type of template. In fact, it can be confusing sometimes. Sometimes I forget which app I'm in because they look so much alike.
Excuse me, Donna, one
Yeah.
question. Did you show us the app for Prime Music, or is that, how would I get to that?
Oh, you just download the Amazon Music app. And once you log into the app, because they'll already know that you're a Prime member and you'll get that music.
Oh, they will?
Yeah.
So I just go to the Amazon and then,
Well, you're going to go to your Play Store and either Google or Apple, whichever one you do.
oh, okay.
And then just look for the app. It's just Amazon Music.
Okay, thank you.
And again, it just looks like this right here, Amazon Music. So like, for instance, I'm going to show you, I'm going to go to my Play Store. This is for the Android phones. But it's similar. It's the same thing with iPhones. It's the store. If I go under Amazon Music, right here's Amazon Music. There is a separate Prime app. That's where you would play your videos. So Amazon Music, here it is. There it is. That says music with the little Amazon, their little logo. Mine says open because it's already on my phone. If it's not on your phone, it'll say install. So that's where you would get that.
If you have Amazon Prime for
If you have
shopping.
Amazon Prime, yeah. If you have Amazon Prime, what's going to happen? Oops, my slide moved. If you have Amazon Prime, when you log into that app, it's going to know you're a Prime member, and you'll get the 2 million songs as part, as with the app. And
So
then
it's
they're going to, and they will, go ahead. Question.
It's worth downloading besides having the app for Amazon. Having an Amazon Music app, it's worth it to have a separate app for that.
Oh, that's the way they do it. Yeah, that it's done through the music app. Yeah,
Because you can just go onto your Amazon account and go into Prime and go into Music and
right. Yes, you can
Can't you
do it that way too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
okay.
All right. And they will, of course, they try to sell you the Amazon Music Unlimited, the upgrade. You will see that from time to time. So that's Amazon, your choices there. If you are an Apple person, any Apple people doing Apple Music? Yep, okay. Apple Music gives you a trial, 3-month free trial, but they don't have a free tier. You do have to purchase it. So it's $10 a month, $15 a month for a family of 6. They have 60 million songs also. You'll notice a theme. Everyone has a large catalog of songs. It is available for Android. So Android people, if you want to try out Apple Music, you definitely can. If there's something on Apple Music that you want to get access to, they do have a version for Android. Another feature that they have is you can upload, if you have a large MP3 collection, let's say, of music, that maybe it's unique music that you enjoy, they let you upload up to 100,000 songs through your iTunes app. You can upload. So if you have MP3 files laying around that you wish you could listen to them on your phone, you can. You can upload them through the iTunes app. Has anyone done that?
Yes.
You have? Okay. And can you tell me a little bit, because since I'm an Android person, that's why I'm asking you. How hard is it to upload those files? Do they make it easy for you, or is
It's a little complicated if you haven't worked with doing those kinds of things.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, and just one quick question.
Mhm.
So no matter what any of these that even if you pay, if you download songs, once you stop paying the monthly plan, those songs disappear.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't own them anymore. It's that they are still all streaming services. Yeah.
And if you were to go, let's say you made playlists on Amazon, and then you stopped the service and you went back, you'd have to recreate the playlist from scratch.
That's a good question. I would think it would still be there. As long as, I guess it depends on the service. Amazon, I think, let me see, can you do a playlist? I don't think I've ever even tried to
Yes.
do it. You can do a playlist.
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
If they allow it in the, actually, Amazon doesn't have a free version.
But if you have Amazon Prime, let's say.
If you have Prime, then I would think it would stay there if you have it in Prime. What would be missing? What would be missing is any of those songs that were part of Amazon Music Unlimited. I would think those would be taken out. And you would, because Amazon Prime, Prime Music's only a catalog of 2 million songs. So the songs that, were part of the 60 million, those songs, I would think would be pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So if for some reason you went off of Amazon Prime, and you had playlists, and then you went back onto Amazon Prime, you probably would you think you would be able to still have it?
Probably not, if you had canceled it. I don't know how long they keep it on their servers, if they keep that information for a while, thinking you might come back. I mean, they might have something like that, but I don't know. Has anyone ever had done that where they canceled and went back in? Yeah, not too sure on that one, what they would do.
Question to ask Amazon.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably in their terms of services, they probably have something in there about what happens when you cancel it. Especially since this one doesn't really have a free tier. Now, some of these music apps, making a playlist is part of the premium. You'd have to pay to make a playlist. So they really do it differently between the apps. All right, so Apple Music, any questions on that? Anyone have? All right, let's talk about YouTube. Google bought YouTube a few years back. Google used to use Google Play Store. Does anybody remember Play Store? And they killed it off and they brought on YouTube Music. It was about, I think in the fall that this started. It is free with ads. You can listen to it for free. They have a large catalog of music too, and videos. Because it is YouTube, their app not only plays music and podcasts, but it has videos too, which I believe I heard some of these other apps are going to start incorporating because this is upping the ante, so to speak, with YouTube. Now, they do have a premium version where you get rid of the ads. You'll get your unlimited skips, all that type of stuff for $10 a month, $15 per month for family. And they do have a free 3-month trial. And they do let you, just like Spotify, listen to songs on demand, because not all of these apps you can go into a playlist and just play one song through. They don't all let you do that, but Spotify and YouTube do let you do that, which is kind of nice. And YouTube lets you also, just like Apple Music, upload 100,000 audio files into their cloud free of charge. So what this looks like, just to show you, you go to music.youtube.com and you look in the upper right-hand corner where you'll have your little profile. When you're logged in, you'll have a profile with your initial, or maybe you uploaded a picture. If you click on that profile, and then halfway down, it says upload music. You click on upload music, and then on the left side, you just select the songs you want to upload into YouTube. And then when you pull up the app, I'll show you what that app looks like. It's this little play button with the red around it. My YT Music, what it's called. Open it up. So this is YouTube Music. Give it a second to load here. Some people say that the music stops. I need to test this to see if it's still true, but they say when it's streaming, if the screen locks on your phone or you switch to another app, it'll stop playing. And you can also create playlists and share them out for free. So let's take a look at this. It's loading up. It's thinking about it. Does anybody use YouTube Music? The one comment I've heard people say about it is the ads are shorter. They have like the shortest ads of anyone.
I haven't heard of it before.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I think it just really started about last October, maybe. It came on the scene. So it's new. There we go. So when you look at YouTube Music, here it is. We have different selections at the top of types of moods like workout, focus, relax. Again, you can scroll with your finger to the left. There's a commute, commute playlists. Then they mix some for you. And again, you can scroll to check out the different playlists that there are. Like for instance, here we have new favorites, then recommended playlists, feel good favorites. So you have all different ones like classic rock party. Let's look at the classic rock party. Again, to play a playlist, you just hit the play button. If I select a song, it just starts playing. So just like Spotify, you can just go and, go from one song to another if you want to. You can add it to a queue. So you could queue up maybe favorite songs you like if you're just sitting here looking through it. And again, free tier, you've got access to the entire catalog that they have. If you want to get rid of the ads, if you want to have unlimited skips, that type of thing, then you will have to do the $10 a month. And they have videos too, because this is YouTube. So you will see the videos. Here's some workout motivation playlist. And again, you just take your finger, scroll to the left, and you will see the other selections that they have. Live performances, this is another thing too. They're doing live performances on YouTube. So you've got that. So this is kind of a fun little app. It's different. Just because it's YouTube, you're going to see some different things here. They do have podcasts too. I believe there's podcasts. Don't see the podcast. Let me do an explore. Top songs, moods and genres. We show you what's trending, new music videos. Let me search here for podcasts. They have a Queen podcast. You know, it doesn't look like they really have any podcasts. So they're heavy on the music and the videos. If you go to your library, there's a button in the lower right-hand corner. I'm going to go to my library. And then I'm going to look at, say, my albums. They'll have two sections in here. The YT music, this would be the stuff that you downloaded if you have a paid account and maybe you offlined some things. This would be over here. And then if you go to uploads, this would be the stuff you uploaded, your MP3 files that you put up into YouTube. So you'll have the two different things. Any questions about that? So it's different because of the video aspect. They have some of the stuff on YouTube. So it does make this app a little different. I'm intrigued by the live performances. That's a fairly new thing too on YouTube, doing these live performances. So you might find some interesting things there. And the thing is though, free users, oh, sorry, got the wrong, my slides keep moving on me. Here we go. Yeah, you can create free playlists too with YouTube. Anyone have any questions about that? I'm going to check the chat for a second here. Yes, YouTube Music replaced Google Play Music. Google Play Music had been around a long time. That was an old app. But I think it got the axe. I think it was about November where it officially went offline. Let's see. And Sandy, you said you heard the free Android app is really very good. Sandy, for which app were you talking about?
The one that just says on your phone, if you go to look for free music apps, it says free or Android. And I had a couple of friends that use that.
Oh, it's just an Android app.
Yeah,
it's called,
a long time ago I looked on free music apps and the Android app came up and I thought, oh, well, I talked to a couple of friends and they said they use it all the time and they like it. And it's free.
And what is it called? Just free Android app? Or
yeah, I went on free music apps and then I went to the list and it had Android. I thought, well, let me try that. And yeah, I mean, I liked it. I don't use it that frequently. I have friends who use it all the time and they really like it.
Very good. Thank you. All right. So now we're going to go off to Pandora. Now, does anybody do Pandora? Yeah. Okay. Natalie. Now, this is a different app. This one's really different. This is a great way to find new music to listen to because they also have a catalog of 60 million songs. And you can stream for free with ads, or if you pay $5 a month, you get rid of the ads. And if you want on demand, meaning when you can click on any song you want to play, then you're going to have to pay the $10 a month to get, you'll get rid of the ads and you'll have the on demand part. And their $15 family plan is also there. Now with Pandora, it's a little different though, the way it works. You create these radio, they used to call them channels. I think they're all called stations now, where you say you like Aretha Franklin. So you create a radio station called Aretha Franklin. About 70% of that music's probably going to be Aretha Franklin. And then they're going to mix in other artists they have special proprietary software that analyzes every little note, everything about an artist's music. And then they compare it to other artists. So it's like a DNA match. It's the best way to describe it. They look at it and say, oh, this music is very similar to this music. And then what they do is they add these people into your playlist. So if you like Aretha, they're going to say, well, you're going to love this person because their music looks a lot alike. And it's really interesting because you can find some sometimes you find these new artists that you've never even heard of, and you end up you like their music. Like Natalie, I see you shaking your head. Have you found a lot of interesting people using Pandora?
No, I kind of listen to the same thing all the time because I be scared to press things because I think I'm gonna mess up the phone. So I'm just on spot. I'm on
Spotify, you're talking about?
No, not Spotify. Which just Pandora.
Pandora, yeah.
Yeah, and I just listen to the same songs all the time. I haven't really gone into it, but I'm gonna open up stuff when I get off the phone with you.
Well, you can opt out with Pandora. You can say, "Don't give me suggestions. I just want to listen to Aretha," and that's it. You can do that, but that kind of, I don't know, it defeats the purpose of Pandora, I think, because Pandora does let you find these new artists. So what Pandora looks like is this. This is Pandora. I'll open this up. I have the Aretha Franklin radio right up already. So you can listen through, and if you don't like the song, you can skip. You can always skip ahead to the next song. So I'm going to go to my, they do have podcasts too with Pandora. You see the podcast here if I click on these. They'll have the recommended podcast. So here you have your radio stations. You just create think of a person you like, create that radio station. Like I've got a Prince one, and then what they're going to do is they're going to play, there's going to be a lot of Prince being played, and then there's going to be these other artists that pop up.
Donna, could I ask you a question?
Yep.
So if I put the Pandora app on my phone and I want to just like for Frank Sinatra, for instance.
Yes, exactly.
So do I just put his name in someplace there?
Yeah, you just go to create a station.
Create a my station? Yeah. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they let you, where is it, where you can create, I haven't been in here in a while. And then you can browse, of course, for music.
So you can create, and then you just hear Frank Sinatra music. Is that right? If you create.
Yeah, but they're going to throw in some other people that sound just like it. Like you're probably going to you'll probably get some Michael Bublé.
Oh yeah. Right. And
but it's kind of interesting to hear some of the people that they send to you.
Now on Prime Music, is it the same? You create a station. Just put in, and do you have to, are there ads for Prime ads and intertwined?
Yeah, if you're doing Prime Music with Amazon, you're going to be looking at the playlist, and those playlists are set. You'll see the songs that are there. You can just select, or you can listen to an individual song. But here, this is different, where you're creating a station.
Oh, that's nice.
Around an artist. And then they're going to look and they're going to go, hey, you like Frank Sinatra. Well, then I think you're going to like this guy over here.
And Pandora's free?
Yes, they have the free tier. You'll have ads, all of these, free's not free. You're going to have ads with all of these free apps.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's, I've found some interesting people through Pandora. Spotify has also gotten into this game a little bit. I have not really played around with it too much, but it's this pink icon here. Looks just like the same lines of Spotify. This is regular Spotify, and this is Spotify stations. And this is the same type of thing, kind of like what Pandora is doing. They're giving Pandora a little competition. And the same type of idea where you'd say, I'm going to make a station of this one person, and then show me other people that are going to be just like this person. This is who I like. So you've got two you can try, Pandora or the stations.
And can you download it all from that, or it's only streaming?
I believe this one is only streaming. Does anyone who uses Pandora a lot, do you have any answer to that? I'll double check after class to see what if it lets you do download. I have to write a note to myself. Okay. All right, let me show you. I think Spotify stations just showed up. So you can just click add a station, type in your artist, or they give you suggestions of people too that you can pick. And then same type of thing where you're telling them what I like, and then they're going to try to match you. It's like a little, match game with with music between you and the app. So that's where these are a little different. Yeah. So Pandora does a little different than all these other ones. Anyone have any questions about that? But you can find some, it's a nice way if you're really open to maybe finding new artists that maybe you normally wouldn't even know about, really. I have a few artists I found that they're in their 20s. I really like their music, and I found it because they showed up in Pandora, and I really liked one of their songs. I'm like, who is that? And then you start looking into them. All right. So let's talk about the mixed apps. iHeartRadio, Deezer, Tunein Radio, just to name a few of these. I call them mixed because they're not so, they have a lot of music, but they have a lot of podcasts. They have a lot of radio. So these guys have a little bit different slant. So if you are more eclectic in what you like to listen to, you might want to look at some of these. iHeartRadio, if you do the paid version, they do allow song and album on demand. What we were talking about earlier, where you can click and listen to individual songs. iHeartRadio doesn't let you do that on the free version. Deezer is another one, 56 million tracks on Deezer, but they also do podcast and radio. You can create free playlist on Deezer, and you can play the on-demand with the paid version. So these are very kind of, the on-demand is only on the paid. And then TuneIn Radio is really interesting, this one here, because they have 100,000 radio stations. It's just to start with. And they do the music and podcast and live sports. The live sports, you will have to pay the $10 a month to get the live sports, but they do NFL, NHL, all types of different sports. So if you're really eclectic and you'd be interested in that, they also have commercial free if you get premium with TuneIn Radio, they have commercial free CNBC, CNN, Fox News Radio, and MSNBC. So they have a lot of stuff going on there. So real quick, I'm going to just show you which ones these are. iHeartRadio, it has the heart.
On the TuneIn Radio, is that everything you have to pay for? Is anything free?
Yeah, what's free is the 100,000 radio stations. They've had podcasts and the music. And they also have the ability to offline podcasts in this app too. And then the $10 a month gets you, of course, the radio station, the podcast, and then the live sports games, commercial free. And iHeartRadio, they say they're number one for podcasting. So you're going to find podcasts. So on their menu here, you'll see radio, podcast, and playlist. Playlist is the music side. So if I go to radio, all the radio stations. So if you're a radio person, this might be one to take a look at. And you can listen to a lot of this stuff for free with ads. Any day now. It's a little slow there getting into it. Here's podcasts. Lots of podcasts you can choose from. Close the ad. Look at the podcast playlists. Again, all the music playlists, different moods. They've got workout, work, housework playlist. You can pick a special playlist for housework. Go by decades. They have Music History Month playlist. You can select your genres. There's the radio. You know, I mean, that's the thing we really know about iHeartRadio is their radio stations. So they all have all types of radio stations available that you can check out in all the different genres too. So that's what that app looks like. They've got, 3 categories. And then if I go into Deezer, Deezer is this black circle with the little bar graph. Take a look at Deezer. When you sign up for Deezer, they ask you for your 3 favorite artists so they get an idea for what you like for music. And again, they call podcast shows on this app. So you'll see music and shows. So the music part, again, all the playlists you can check out here. And then if you look under shows, this is going to be the podcast. And I believe they put the radio under here too. I think if I go down farther, there's a radio section. Yeah, stations for you. Here's the radio. All the national radio stations. Local, you'll get some of your local. And you could do a view all and look at all the stations they have. So you can see all the different types of stations. So that's Deezer. And then the other one was the Tunein Radio. Let's take a look at that one. Look, this is the black circle, and it just says Tune In. And their menu is going to be, they have a big ad. You just hit the X in the upper right-hand corner. Trying to, well, they all want you to pay the $10 a month. So when you come in here. Do you have
any particular favorites that you like?
I go back and forth. There's different things I like about different ones. Like Spotify, I like the ad-free, where you get the 30 minutes. I like that part. So I like to go out on a walk for that one. And iHeartRadio has those interesting mood playlists. They have funny ones, barbecue playlist and all these strange ones. They're kind of fun to put on. I don't really listen too much to radio, but like for TuneIn, for instance, here's your local radio. So they've got all the radio stations. Then, of course, sports. You can click by sport. All the different stations they have here. And then they have news and talk. Again, this is the radio. And then they have podcasts. All the different podcasts. Then the music. So you can get all the music here. And I think the last one is by location. Then you can do by location and by language. So if you're looking for a specific radio station, you can select regions. So this app's a little different, this one. Definitely in the way they work. Oops, I just closed it. So all of these, again, you can download them for free. You can check them out, see what you like. If you don't like it, of course, just go and uninstall. Take it off your phone if you don't want it anymore. But I mean, they have different things that I like about them, I guess. I do like YouTube Music for the videos. I mean, that's an interesting slant, is having the access to the videos like that, because they recommend things for you because they know what kind of music you're listening to, and then they start recommending these videos around the type of music you like. So you could find things that you normally wouldn't go to YouTube and look for. So that's kind of nice. So these are just to give you some ideas. And let's talk about, if you still want to buy, of course, music, you can on Amazon. We just talked earlier about that. You can do the CDs or MP3s, and then the iTunes store, which is part of the Apple Music app. The Apple Music app just had a big changeover too. You can get the music there also. Sirius XM. Sirius XM used to be just a thing that you had to have a satellite radio in your car to have Sirius XM, right? And now what they have done is they have this thing called outside the car packages. Well, do you remember when Howard Stern moved to Sirius XM? That was a big deal. People were like, and they thought, it's not fair. I don't have satellite radio. And there was all this, brouhaha. And I think they finally realized that there are some people that want to listen to Sirius XM, but they're not going to buy a car with a satellite radio. So they have these outside the car packages, $13 to $15 a month. You'll get access to hundreds of their channels. They have a lot of different types of channels on Sirius XM. Commercial-free music. You can skip tracks. For $22 a month, that adds in Howard Stern, if you're a Howard Stern fan. And they have play-by-play sports, too. And you can also stream this to your car, to a satellite radio in the car if you have one. So it that's actually a combo deal between your satellite radio and your devices for the $22 a month. So if you're interested in trying out Sirius XM, that's an option there.
Well, now I know. I was going to say, now I know why on my emails every day I get serious information. They must be. Oh, I'm sorry about the soft advertising.
All right, and to wrap it up real quick here. Classical music fans, you can get classical music on all these apps, have classical music. There's a classical music genre. However, if you're really into classical music, you know that you can search by composers, by the recording date of certain symphonies and stuff like that. That you're not going to be able to find on Spotify. So if you are a big buff for classical music, Adagio, $10 a month. If they have a 2-week free trial, you can search by track, composer, performers, recording date. They have curated playlists. You can sort by instruments. So free users, you can listen only to the playlist in the radio stations. If you have a web browser, though, you can play individual tracks with the free account, just like Spotify. We can play a single track. And also Primephonic, another one for classical music. This one's $10 a month for low-quality files or $15 a month for high-quality files. You'd have to have real sophisticated equipment to be able to hear the difference, though, I would say. But they do have a 14-day trial. They do not have a desktop app like the other service, and they do have curated playlists. So if you are into the classical musical world, you can do a lot more searching. So that's the end of our class here today. Other classes I have is the Creating Playlist class. If you're interested in learning how to do playlists to manage all this streaming music, I have a class on that. I have another class on fun things to do with your smartphone. We talk about fun apps that maybe you never thought about doing with your smartphone. Other classes I have coming up, The Great Arctic Adventure. And I do have a class on converting music CDs to digital files if you want to get rid of that stack of CDs and put them into MP3s. That might be a thing to think about. All right, you will get class notes today. All the list of all the apps we talked about, you'll get notes on that. There's a feedback form. Feel free to add in any new class ideas, too, that you would like. They definitely read those. And if you have an interest, maybe you want to do a social hour or something like that, let us know. Put it in the feedback, and someone will contact you. They'll team you up with one of us, one of our guides, and get you set up so you can do your hour. And we're also hiring people for guides. If you're interested, you can ask us about that. And if you've been around with us for a while, you do know our website changed drastically in the last 2 weeks. Marv has a class. Marv, tips and tricks to navigating Get Setup's new look. that will get you through figuring out how to register for classes. We have a kind of interesting live TV thing that they're doing on the website. So if you want to learn more about the website, definitely check out Marv's class. So any last questions here? Hopefully this was helpful for you.
Thank you very much. It was.
You're welcome.
Very
You're
good.
welcome.
Very good.
And you'll get, like I said, you'll get the list of all those apps. So you can just go check them out. If you don't like them, you just, uninstall, take them off your phone if you don't want them. But I think they all have there's some interesting slants with some of them. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.